let me start out with this one first so it doesn't get lost in everything. I'm very interested in this platform, and this brother reached out to me a while ago. Honestly, I thought it was just somebody else. Come and get a whole heap of phone talk of people that blow smoke up your wazoo and them say all kind of something. And most of the time, none of it come to fruition. So I don't bring it to the forefront and tell the audience. This brother, however, when he contacted me, it's been a while, and I thought, sound good. The idea sounds good, but can he actually make it happen? Well, lo and behold, here we are. So everybody knows what GoFundMe is, right? It's sad that our people know GoFundMe for sadness only. You know, it's when somebody's sick or burn up in a fire, crash up and mash up and need medical emergency or has cancer and has to go to some other country for treatment, things that are not available there for them. They need the money in a desperate situation. I'll tell you what, majority of the people outside of us, they're using GoFundMe to do other things. GoFundMe was actually established as a crowd fundraiser. You have a business idea, you feel like you have a following. Good example I'm going to give you. So you print up some shirt, right? And you said to yourself, say, yo, I want to start my own t-shirt company and then branch off into a clothing line. And, you know, but I don't have the money for startup yet. You can actually go to GoFundMe, put out your whole presentation to the people who you think are going to give you $1.50, $2, $10, $1,000, I don't know, anything you can get. And you put it out there and people go through GoFundMe and they read these things and they're like, yo, I love this business idea and I like this brother here. I'm always upon some positive stuff. So here what? Put some money in that and see how far everybody can go. And people start their businesses like that. We know it though for just pain and sufferation. That's the most our people ever use GoFundMe for. We can use it for so much more. So this platform that he has created is GoFundMe in a different brand, a different name, and it works differently for us, more to our benefit. When I say our, I'm talking about the Caribbean diaspora, not just Jamaica. However, he is a Jamaican, and it does cater to the Jamaican crowd as well, especially for those of us living overseas and locally too. So software developer, Sadiki Williams, he has the desire to help Jamaicans raise money for their various socioeconomic needs and entrepreneurial ventures. And he has developed a crowdfunding platform for us and the wider Caribbean. Currently, only individuals who have a social security number can start a campaign on crowdfunding platforms like GoFundMe. We ran into that on this channel right here. Remember the lady that called and I think she was going through cancer, and she said, may I tell her, set up a GoFundMe, you know, and then we will have the audience, you know, I can direct my audience and say, please people, this lady need this, and who gives. She said, me have a GoFundMe set up in one of my friends set it up for me because she live overseas. See, that went over my head. I was always of the impression that anybody across the world can use GoFundMe to set up an account, and you can't. Currently, only people who have a social security number from the United States of America can actually set up the GoFundMe thing, right? And he has made that different for us. So I remember the woman saying our friend set up the GoFundMe for her and they reached the max goal. You know, so if you set a GoFundMe account up, you can set a goal, right? We need $10,000 for this. She said they reached the max goal. However, the person who set up the GoFundMe for her stopped talking to her. Stop talking to her. Stop taking our phone calls. So that leaves us in a vulnerable position. If somebody back home need it and some person of foreign can easily abuse them. Yeah, man, me set it up for you. This I'm a good friend and thing. Me set it up for you. Them up here. Them have the social security. They're in control of the account. Once it reach max, cut it off. Stop talk to her. Run away with all that money. See? That right there. We had another fella. Remember the young man that came on, the inventor? A lot of you were telling him, said, don't do it. Don't put your invention out there like this yet because people will kill your feet. I think his invention had something to do with electricity. And he's able to light up his whole house, run him refrigerator and him TV off of this device that he created. And we said, I'm sure JPS not gonna like that, because if a lot of Jamaicans started using that, you wouldn't need the main power grid to access power, electricity. All right, him. He kept saying, SouFlo, me can't set up no GoFundMe, me can't, but he wasn't being, articulate about it, or probably him think me didn't know. And I didn't know. I did not know. So with this new platform now, none of that is required, which will put people in a position of power. I love this. See? Williams said, on seeing the many needs that were unearthed during the pandemic, decided to use his training and his own funds to develop the online platform. It's called Real Helping Hands LLC. Real Helping Hands LLC, which allows Caribbean people to tap into the multi-million-dollar crowdfunding industry. Remember, you don't have to use it just because you get sick. If you have your liquor farm and you want to stock out your liquor shop, you can go on there and put your own story on there, right? I'm a single father. My wife passed away a couple of years ago. I'm raising these 4 children by myself. It's very hectic. I have a shop right here. I'm just trying to stock my shop out and keep it running, something to get me back on my feet. So, they are beg forever, every day, every month, every year. It's something to get your business moving or whatever. People will drop their money in there, and before you know it, you will have your own money. The internet is worldwide, broad, right? And some people are very giving, especially this time of the year. So he's a former custom officer, now based in New Jersey, and he wants to help as many individuals and charities as possible to raise funds online for their needs, not only in Jamaica, but throughout the entire Caribbean diaspora. The needs are plenty, and people need a proper platform for this transparent and convenient use to them to be able to raise funds and raise the maximum that is possible. He had an interview with Loop News, and this is what I'm going off of. He said, my inspiration to develop the platform came from the need for helping persons, especially in Jamaica, where I am from, he said. When I looked at the news, especially during the pandemic, I saw a number of needs. One particular situation that stood out to me was a picture of a young boy that was looking out through a window at other kids that were using tablets for online schooling. He didn't have a tablet, right? The caption of the picture suggested that only the privileged students would have access to online schooling. He said, adding that the sad reality just resonated with him, and he felt like, him can do something. He's been blessed with the intelligence. Him can do something to change that type of a situation. So the caption of the picture suggested that only privileged kids could. Well, a mommy could have launched a GoFundMe on a Caribbean platform that is well attended by us, and we can help. See? So as a software developer, he said, I decided to look through the landscape of technology in the Caribbean and Jamaica in particular, and I saw that there were no crowdfunding platforms for Jamaica and for the Caribbean at all to raise funds on. And another problem is that the banks charge roughly $40 to wire money from an overseas account to Jamaica. Another challenge, William noted, was donors being blocked by traditional remittance companies, agencies, due to a prevalence in scamming and other illicit activities. I've tried to send money to people before and came into that same thing. Them pick up money too much, or there's something suspicious, so them just block them and they have to wait it out. Now, these are desperate situations to be in, especially when you're really in need of them funds, right? For someone with this, for someone like a charity, when they see you coming there a number of times and send money, say you're sending it to a charity, red flags start to go up because you're sending it too much. But remember, I've given up. So these algorithms, red flags throw up in the system for them. They stop the money. People who really need it can't get it. He says red flags go up and the persons eventually get blocked. Too many red flags. Can't pick up money at Western Union again, you have to send it to me one next way. That kind of stuff. And I've ran into that before, for real. The needs he observed, though, propelled him to find an easier and more cost-effective means for the Caribbean. Help It's called Real Helping Hands. Remember it or not? I want to go look it up. Real Helping Hands. Registered in 2020 in New Jersey, therefore allows users to raise funds online without all the noted constraints. With 8 employees and Empress Golding at the local country director level, that's what her position is in this. Empress Golding, many of you might be familiar with her. She is going to control things, the local country director. Real Helping Hands has so far raised over 150,000 US dollars in campaign funds, with over 250 campaigns now going on the platform. So not only did he create this thing he told me he was going to create, he actually kicked it into gear. So far has raised over 150,000 US in campaign funds, with over 250 campaigns now on the platform. The platform also sees an average of 6,000 visitors in any given month. Williams said that the company takes a 9.5% transaction fee on each donation. And for example, if the person is donating $100, they would pay $109.50. And out of that $9.50, we actually have to pay an average of $4 to credit card processing companies. So it's not like somebody here created something where they're going to rip you off. RealHelpingHands.com. I think that's dope. Another sister, I hope she called me back, because she created something as well where so many Jamaicans, we're going back home, we're building our houses there and all these kind of things. We're involved in business there. But one of the biggest problems is we're not on the ground all the time. And people take advantage of you because them say, yo, he might fly out next week. So just go on like everything nice till him fly out. When him fly out, we can do what we want to do. Well, this sister created this account because she herself got burnt many times. So she created an account. I hope she called me back, like I said, so I can share that information again. But we had covered that in the past. And it's a list of, you can get on her site and vet any contractor that you're going to be working with and go through all your transactions there, right? Where everybody is verified and everybody is like people, sometimes you look around and you're like, I'm not dealing with that business. Them have 1 star. And look upon that, them have about 5,000 comments and they're all negative. Not dealing with them. Okay, this one have 5 stars. It has 1,000 positive comments. Nobody know have nothing negative to say. Let's go with these people. And these people will be licensed, contracted, legitimate people. Instead of getting caught up in, yo, me have a man, we do so and so for me, Let me link you with him, man. Most of the time, that end up being something troublesome. So that, and this platform right here, so 2 platforms that I've seen created by ours for us, I think is essential. This is powerful. This is powerful. And I myself, I'm going to go check it out over there. So don't be surprised if I see SouFlo over there trying to raise some funds myself. It's called realhelpinghands.com. One more thing I gotta say about that before I go is we have put a negative stigma on like a realhelpinghands.com or a crowdfunding platform. Most of the time when you hear people say, yeah, here's the GoFundMe link, the first thing I normally hear people say is, everybody has set up GoFundMe now. And money them a look and these kind of things, right? Please remember that these platforms are not just for sad stories, okay? All of us on here right now can set up one Pande and tell your little story. Somebody might see it and be interested in what you're trying to do and throw some funds at it for you. So just remember that, right? That got to be a legitimate contractor. Yes, BM. So instead of social security number, what will they be using? You'll be using your information. No social security number needed. Whatever information it gives you there. Just go over there, go check it out, no man. realhelpinghands.com. realhelpinghands.com. Just go over there and check it out. And then you will know what you can use and can't use. And then you can come back and tell the platform. That's how I know you're going to be interactive with it. I at least want you to go check it out. See? All right.